time I saw you, babe, I knew that something was wrong. Never knew my desire could be so strong. Need you kissing when you go away, and I want you touch when you're here. Baby, please don't leave me begging you as I made myself clear. Don't you leave me high and dry. Just come on home and let me treat you right. Now what I want, girl, is you on top, and all that I will ask you for is that you don't stop, don't stop. What is you on top, and all that I will ask you for is that you don't stop. I'll be able to rest lights and out until you bring your love to me. There I want you kissing more than I have ever wanted anything else. Honey, please don't even worry on all by myself. No. Don't you leave me high and dry. Come on home, let me keep you satisfied. Now what I want, girl, is you on top, and all that I will ask you for is that you don't stop, What is you on top, all that I will ask you for is that you don't stop. You leave me high and dry. Just come on and baby, please treat me right. Now what I want, girl, is you on top, and all that I will ask you for is that you don't stop. You don't stop. What is you on top, and all that I will ask you for is that you don't stop. Baby, please don't stop. Don't you stop. baby, please don't stop.
That was Caleb McGee, recorded in Norman, Oklahoma, in the living room of yours truly, live at the Vibe, way back in the day. Welcome to the Art of Floundering. Spanky's Puppets will be going live pretty soon. Hey man, love is love, Rabbit. All right. A little nervous, man. I'm hoping everything goes well. I hope you guys this is about stories tonight. It's about the holidays, okay? So let's all sit back and avoid the pot. We're going to have a special live reading of Hookers and Blow Save Christmas. Looking forward to that. Gosh. From Atlantic City, New Jersey, Parris Island, South Carolina, BFE, Idaho, Norman, Oklahoma, Colorado Springs, all points in between. This is the Art of Floundering podcast. Want to wish each and every one of you nothing but peace and love, and most importantly, we don't care who you voted for, who you love, how you crack the egg. We just care about peace and love. Big shout out to all my fans out there in Rumble World. Hope you enjoyed tonight's vibe. YouTube, thanks, man. Before we begin, I've got a very important message. So you still think... Hang on. I've got a very important message. So you still think marijuana is harmless? Well, look at Chad and Karen. Strung out and tripping out on marijuana. So delusional on hemp, they thought it'd be a great idea to make a sex tape. Oh, no one will find out. Let's get high and trip out on their narcotic marijuana. And then film us fornicating on our mobile devices. Yeah, man, they're getting jiggy with it. Karen's getting jiggy with it. She's no longer a good girl, dude. Marijuana made her bad. She's naughty now. Yeah, Karen, you're a naughty girl. And you could totally trust Chad. He's gonna delete that movie as soon as you guys are done. It won't be on Pornhub. After all, you're a good girl, right? Ha 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 ha. Join us next week as we do a deep dive into the Chad and Karen sex tape here on Spanky's Experimental Puppet Theater Company. Who's the real puppet, dude? Fuck, Karen's kind of hot, man. What's she doing with a douche like Chad in the first place, man? Okay, so make no mistake about it. It's not something to laugh about. Let's get into it, man. Look. It's the holidays, man. And good old jolly Saint Nick, well, I would say he's ready for the holidays. Wouldn't all of you? Hey, jolly old Saint Nick, what you got to say? Ho, 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 kids. It's me, Saint Nick. It's time for a really special evening, man. We're going to have a reading of a holiday special. Don't worry, we got more after this. But we're going to read this book. I haven't read the book. We just ordered it. It's written and illustrated, said Santa, by Munty C. Pepin. Oh, somebody wants to know about Spanky. Well, let me tell you about Spanky, as Spanky being a good boy. Well, gee whiz, let's see. Hey, Tiger, where you's at? Jiminy golly gosh! I guess Spanky's being consistent. Well, hey there, Spanky. Maybe if you'd wise up a little bit and pay attention to some of the lessons in this book, you won't be a narcotic fiend. More about Spanky and Santa later, man. But let's get into it, everybody. Hookers and blows, save Christmas, gather around the YouTube and get some popcorn and treats. Whatever you do, don't blow grass. Grass is bad, especially on Christmas. Santa doesn't like a pothead to give gifts to. Yeah, Santa is making a list, and all of you stoners are gonna get fucking coal. Yeah, man. What do you got to say about that, Santa? I think Santa would agree, man. I think Santa would agree. Just then, man, Santa came on. Wait a minute. What happened to S to the Claus, dog? Well, guess what? Just like everybody else in this fucking world, Santa's on the fucking pot needle. Now, Hookers and Blows Save Christmas, page 1. It was Christmas Eve in the small town of Pleasant. Everyone was excited to soon open their presents. Does anybody have anything? Wait a minute. That's not the answer, Rabbit. This is story time, Rabbit. We don't act out on story time. Page 2 of Hookers and Blows Save Christmas. I'm losing viewers. Well, guess what, man? Reading is fundamental. Sorry. The weather was cold with deep piles of snow. Police officer Bob called Hookers and Blow. Tom Transport is loaded with cards, candies, and gifts, but broke down out of town and is stuck in snow drift. Aw, gee whiz! Tom Transport's stuck. Golly gosh. Well, guess what, man? Don't worry. Hookers and Blow will save everything. And look, it's the holidays. But let's say it, man. People out there in America can't say, hey, whatever happened to Christmas? You can't say Merry Christmas in America anymore. Well, guess what else you can't fucking acknowledge, man? That Hookers and Blow have saved a lot more than Christmas, man. Page 4. We need all of those presents for the big party today. No problem, said Hookers. We can help right away. Look how ready Hookers and Blow are ready to do their job. They're excited, man. Okay. The snow was quite deep and covered the road. Blow got to work blowing and could handle the load. Speaking of load, hey, man, this is a great time. Hi, guys, said Satan. Gee whiz, I bet you're wondering. That's quite a load that Blow's blowing. How in gosh darn tarnation can a fella like that handle a load that large? Well, gee whiz, you're living in the land of make-believe, said Satan. If you think Hookers and Blow can handle that load on their own, golly gosh, Hookers and Blow come to me all the time with their loads, and they're not ashamed to drop them upon me, because they know me, Satan, will take those loads from anyone, including Hookers and Blow. And it come to pass that on Christmas season, when society had decided, hey, man, WTF, what gives? I don't care. It's too heavy, man. Hey, You're not my brother. You're too heavy. Hey, man, that cuts deep, said Satan. Don't you want to be like hookers and blow and acknowledge that the load is pretty gosh darn hard to just blow on your own? So look, man, when you gotta blow a load with hookers and blow. Anyway, next slide. I'll be back with more wisdom. Hey, real quick, man. All right, we'll get to that one when Rudolph talks about it. Okay, next one. Sorry for the sidetrack. Let's get back to the story. They traveled down Main Street and straight out of town. Drove up on Mount Dexter, then all the way down. Look at them going down. Look at hookers and blow going down on Mount Dexter, man. That's pretty cool. Golly gosh. Well, said Mrs. Claus. Hookers and blow are doing quite a job going down on that, aren't they? They certainly are, Mrs. Claus. You know something? Maybe if Kris Kringle would quit doing grass, maybe he'd show Mrs. Claus a little bit more attention. Gosh, we'll get back to that. Mrs. Claus is looking frustrated, dog. This time of year, man. Look at her. Fuck, man. Where's Santa Claus? Hey, Santa, your old lady's got needs. Hey, man, fuck that shit, said Santa. All I need is this fucking weed needle and free base spoon. And I'm good. Oh, Kris Kringle, said Mrs. Claus. Why are you on the marijuana? Just then Santa said, hold on, man. Fuck this shit, said Santa. I'm just going to blast grass. I'm tired of all these bitch bites from my old lady. Oh, my God, the trauma. Don't forget, Mrs. Claus, said Satan. When that load gets too heavy, I'll take it. But what about Kris Kringle? He's carrying some kind of load. When he's ready, said Satan, Santa will come upon me and drop his load, man. That'll be a great Christmas carol. We'll work on that. Okay, back to the story, man. They're going down. Okay, now. Just round the bend, Tom Transport soon did appear, all covered in snow, right up to his mirrors. Golly gosh, Tom, gee whiz. Just around, whoops, what happened here? Here we go. Blow cleared away the snow. It didn't take long for Blow to clear away the snow. Now hookers could check what might have gone wrong. But first, before the hookers gotta check, you gotta blow snow. Gosh darn it. Merry Christmas. Here we go, man. Next page. Hookers reached around and popped up Tom's big hood, attached booster cables, and said, crank it real good. Jiminy golly gosh, hookers. Let's hope Tom's big hood and those booster cables will help him crank it. What do you think, man? Jiminy golly gosh, said Spanky. Hang on, man. Jiminy golly gosh, said Spanky. He's really cranking that load, isn't he? Tee-hee-hee. Hey, Spanky, this is no time to act out, you freaking degenerate. All right, we'll get back to Spanky, man. Back to the story. I'm sorry. Hold on. Next page, dude. Tom stuttered and sputtered, then started to groan. His tired old engine just might be blown. Oh, my God, this is wonderful, man. Tom moaned. The snow in the hills were maybe too much. I might have broken the piston or wore out the clutch. Gee whiz, look how worried Hookers is. Golly gosh, Tom, maybe we can help you with that worn out clutch. No problem, said Hookers. I'm a big tow truck, you see. We'll get you to town quickly. You, Blow, and me. Do you see, gang, what happens when we all come together? Gosh, just when Tom thought he had blown a piston, there was nothing that can happen, good old Hooker said, hey, gee whiz, I'll take you to town with Blow. Just you, Blow, and me. Merry Christmas, gang. We'll keep going. with Tom mounted on hookers, Blow plowed through the snow. They headed for town, driving careful and slow. Hookers got on the radio and called up ahead. Police Officer Bob, we have Tom, but his engine is dead. Oh no. The snow keeps on falling. Blow is blowing real hard. But we'll get there in time with candy, presents, and cards. Almost there, gang. Across bridges and train tracks. Blow leading the way. Up and down old Mount Dexter. They soon made up the delay. They drove straight up Main Street while everyone smiled. Tom loaded with presents for each and every child. Oh, wow. They arrived at the party and there was great cheer for Hookers and Blow. Made it the best day of the year. Did everybody enjoy that? Happy holidays. So, perhaps a reminder's in order before we begin to our next thing. I think it just might be. Hang on for a second. All right, before our next act. So you still think marijuana is harmless? Well, look at Chad and Karen. Strung out and tripping out on marijuana. So delusional on hemp, they thought it'd be a great idea to make a sex tape. Oh, no one will find out. Let's get high and trip out on their narcotic marijuana and then film us fornicating on our mobile devices. Yeah, man, they're getting jiggy with it. Karen's getting jiggy with it. She's no longer a good girl, dude. Marijuana made her bad. She's naughty now. Yeah, Karen, you're a naughty girl. And you could totally trust Chad. He's going to delete that movie as soon as you guys are done. It won't be on Pornhub. After all, you're a good girl, right? Clip, AI, clip. Join us next week as we do a deep dive. Clip, AI. To the Chad and Karen sex tape. Yeah. Here on Spanky's Experimental Puppet Theater Company. Who's the real puppet, dude? Fuck, Karen's kind of hot, man. What's she doing with a douche like Chad in the first place, man? Welcome back. This is me, Will Dick, the amazing slacker, who possesses the uncanny super ability to get high and descend upon chaos and solve it by doing nothing. Golly gosh, we gotta do something about all these parts. Why, man? By the time we need them, the technology will be dead. I got a better idea, engineering R&D group. Why don't we blow grass and do nothing? It'll cost a lot less in the long run. You know, this amazing slacker's got what it takes to go all the way to the top. Well, really? Guess what? I heard he's got problems with the pot. And he's not alone. Because tonight, before we get into the holiday fair, we're going to set the tone. And we're going to set it right. Because if you mess around with grass, well, then you're, welcome to Ken and the Tinder Date. Brought to you by the Art of Floundering and Spanky's Puppets and Comics, dedicated to showing each and every one of you that it is possible to be relevant despite what the gosh darn paperwork says. This is us. I'm pretty gosh darn proud to be here, man. Let us begin tonight's fair. Stony, Ken's big friend, was talking to him. Yo, dog, said Stony. Word on the street is you and Barbie are on the outs. Fuck yeah, said Ken. You know something? That Barbie can be one high-maintenance, smoothie-busting bitch. I gotta tell you, just then. What do you mean, dog? Said Stony to Ken. I would think Barbie would be quite the catch. All the fellas on Instagram give her hearts on her posts. Look, man, do you know how much money I dropped on that needy broad? And I can't even get a fucking rub down on my smoothie. I'm like, fuck that. After all, Stony, I'm a man. I have needs. So what are you gonna do about those needs, dog? Well, I decided to go on this app called Tinder, see? And I met a really nice gal. And she said that she doesn't like to do any partying. She just likes to have conversations. And I think that would be a nice, safe date. After Barbie, just then, Stony said, I don't know, dog. It sounds kind of sketch. Yo. Back to I'm sorry, I thought that said something else. Sorry, man. Back to, so now Ken reflects on what Stony said. You know, fuck Stony. What does he know? After all, meeting some random stranger in a dive bar in Atlantic City doesn't seem very unsafe to me. In fact, it seems rather exciting. I'm looking forward to sharing my testimony. Just then, Ken's Tinder date showed up. Hello, Ken. I'm Raven. Dare I say you look more delicious than your Tinder pictures. I look forward to having a taste. Golly gosh, Raven, said Ken. Why are you rubbing me down on my smoothie already? I don't know what to do. Relax, Ken. Why don't we party? That's what all the cool kids did. And it's Raven. Fucking, hold on. Yeah, Raven's got some fans, man. How to play guitar with sticky fingers. Okay. Karen is a doll, dude. Now look what's happening. You see, Ken, hold on. I'm not going to explain. I'm a tired old man. Look, gang, this is what happened, said Satan. Poor Ken, on the brakes for Barb's, just tries to do the right thing and meet a nice gal. Next thing you know, it looks like he's linked up with some kind of marijuana junkie. While high on the pot, she can't control herself, and she keeps giving Ken a smoothie job right there in the dive bar. Gosh, hopefully Ken will be able to maintain his cool, because after all, once you mix marijuana in a situation like this, gosh, gang, things can go real bad. Trust me, I'm Satan, and I wouldn't josh you, said Satan. Okay, man. And as Raven was rubbing his smoothie, man, Ken was getting all tingly down there. Hang on. I gotta go real quick. I'm getting a little tingly down there. Jeepers, said Ken. I almost made an accident in my pants. Good thing I didn't shoot my malt all over the place, said Ken. That would have been embarrassing. I wish you wouldn't rub my special purpose like that. Oh, well, I think I'm going to go out and try to have a reasonable discussion with Raven. Just then, when you least expect it. Hang on. As Ken walked outside that bathroom, man, delusional. Gosh, I can trust Tinder. I can trust my neighbor. After all, I only see the essential goodness in my fellow human being. Well, look where that gets Ken. Shot up with a marijuana needle, man, right there on a Tinder date. Hey, Ken, don't worry about having to order appetizers. She's moving right to the main course with a butt injection, a pharmaceutical-grade IV marijuana right there in his fucking ass, man. Next thing you know, golly gosh, I'm starting to hallucinate and go into all kinds of psychotropic fucking side effects from this narcotic. Don't worry, doll. You can trust me. I'll take care of you. Just then, Raven started injecting Ken in her torture rack with more fucking marijuana, dog. And guess what happened after that, dude? Hang on. I think we all know what happens. Do you mind if I kind of get real with you for a second? Looking at Ken get shot up with this marijuana needle in the bondage room is kind of giving me, it's triggering me, dude. You see, there was a time when I struggled with the pot, and I too went on a Tinder date. But see, I was so high, I didn't realize picking her up at the dog groomer and these two gigantic fucking dogs in the backseat growling at me would be a problem. No. When she told me about her generic sex chair that she ordered, coupled with the fact that it looked like she'd vacationed on Meth Island, I thought maybe, just maybe, she wasn't the gal for me, yo. But then we descended into darkness as I pulled up to her house. And she said, would you like to see my sex chair? And I thought, fuck it. Maybe it'll give me street cred with my fellow YouTube streamers. So I walked in. I saw dirty diapers and Pabst Blue Ribbon cans scattered throughout the floor. My feet stuck to what I think was carpet, I couldn't tell, between all the cigarette butts. Then I saw the sex chair. Then she said, hey, I could really go for a icy blueberry from 7-Eleven. I said, you know what? Let me fetch that for you, and I'll be right back. And unlike Ken, I had the good sense to ghost her and get out before that marijuana needle was injected into my ass. And I woke up in some generic sex chair in parts unknown Colorado, with nothing but dirty diapers to wipe the filth of the pot and degradation that was taking place. Color me lucky. But then again, I had Satan. Hey, Will, said Satan. Hey, Will, said Satan. I got an idea. I felt Satan, this silent voice in my head. Hey, said Satan, this looks a little creepy, dog. You know, I don't know. You just got out of major spine surgery. I don't know if being in a generic sex chair is a really good idea for your first time at sexy time in over 8 years. What do you think there, Tiger? Golly gee whiz, Satan. I think you got a point. But after all, I don't want to be an asshole like I used to be before my accident. Well, just ghost the bitch, said Satan. Okay, Satan, good idea. That's what happens when you don't do pot. You have the clarity of mind to ghost a bitch. Not like Ken. Look what's happening to this fucking poor rat bastard. Well, guess what's in store for a guy like this, man? Don't think you can get away with being on the marijuana needle and not having a consequence. Hang on. All right, next slide. I'm sorry. We're kind of like taking a while, and I apologize. But I can't, you know. Owie, said Ken. Take it, pig, said Raven, as she spanked Ken's naughty fucking ass with that paddle and fucking whip thing. Take it, you fucking pig of a man. Then Raven started pegging Ken. Owie! Owie! Shut up! Bite this stick! It'll make it easier to take, said Raven. After 2 days of being on the marijuana needle and the pot and Raven's sexual deviancy, take a look at Ken now. Yo, Raven, said Ken. I'm starting to go into motherfucking marijuana withdrawals. Why don't you break out that marijuana needle and inject it in my ass? Said Ken. Yeah. And this is what happens, man. Oh, I'm going to trust people and go on Tinder. Okay. I'm not here to get in the way of that life plan. Why don't you ask Ken how that worked out? Pothead. Golly gosh, said Ken. Maybe if I would have just listened to my authority figures and not gone on Tinder and got wrapped up with a harlot pothead like Raven, I wouldn't be on the streets right now, man. Trying to get my marijuana fix on. And that's what happens, dog. Yeah. Yeah. From the Art of Floundering podcast, we got more. From the Art of Floundering, where we are all relevant despite what the paperwork says. Spanky's Puppets and Comics. Or gee golly gosh. You want to come play with our puppets? It's time for the fall of Super Duper Peachy Keen Kid. Yeah, man. Yeah. Can you guys feel what the situation? Young Tommy and Penelope are on what Tommy thinks is a date. Unfortunately for Tommy, Penelope is under the impression that this is nothing more than a platonic meeting. Here we go. Gee whiz, Penelope, said Tommy. Every time we're together, I get all tingly down there, said Tommy. Oh, Tommy, ha 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 ha. You're like a brother to me. Gee whiz, it's so creepy. Besides, I've got the hots for Super Duper Peachy Keen Kid. Hey, Tommy. Hey, man, said the weed pusher man. You know, that Penelope's a drag, man. She doesn't know a good thing when it hits her across her dumbass face. You know what a fella like you needs? The pot, baby. You know what? That'll make you feel real comfortable around the hotties like Penelope. And you won't have to feel all tingly down there for long, man. Said the weed pusher man. Hey there, weed pusher man, said Tommy. Why don't you buzz off with that narcotic to pot and push on out of here? Meanwhile, back at Sensimelia Street, where Bert was trying to expand his fucking territory, Jeepers, Boyd, said Mr. Hooper. I promise, business is slowing down. I'd like to pay you the VIG and protection for this week, but I just can't come up with the money. Oh, yeah? So there it is, see? So Bert's beating down Mr. Hooper. Take that, old man, huh? Where's my fucking money, said Bert, as he's beating down Mr. fucking Hooper, man. All my life, said Bert. All my life I wanted to be a gangster. Yeah, man. Bert was looking to expand his territory. Just then, Steven Seagal... What the fuck is... I forgot about this. Sorry about this. Just then, Steven Seagal came in with his famous penis pump defense move. Hey, dog. I'm here for Mother Russia, man. To spread the good news and try to get some of that Siberian Kush, man. Spread out on the street, said Steven Seagal. And dear leader Vladimir Putin wants to hook up with you, dog, to spread our product. Right here in America. What would you say, man? Yeah, said Bert. Yeah. First I take over Sensimilia, then I take over the world, man. Meanwhile, golly gosh. I sense trouble, said Tommy. Well, there is trouble. What are you going to do about it, man? Well, I'm going to do all of my homework. Check it out. He's going to become super duper peachy keen kid, man. By doing all of his homework, obeying his authority figures, and most importantly, staying off the pot. You want to see that again? Here I go, gang. To do all my homework, obey my authority figures, plan for my future. Do the right thing, and most importantly, avoid the 420. That's right, junkies, it's me, super duper peachy keen kid to the rescue. That's right, man. He's not fucking around, dog. Here I come, you rat bastard, to save the day. Boom, and just then, he got a fucking beatdown from Steven Seagal's penis pump attack. Owie! Owie! I can't penetrate those penis pumps. They hurt. Owie, said fucking super duper peachy keen kid. Take that. Take that, said Steven Seagal. Yeah, said Bert. Fuck yeah, I like having muscle. Just then, everybody laughed and shamed super duper peachy keen kid. Golly gosh, super duper peachy keen kid. Maybe I don't want to be with you after all. Gosh, you looked foolish getting beaten down by those penis pumps. Just then, Tommy, out of his alter ego of super duper peachy keen kid, said, you know what, dude? Maybe. I mean, Tommy started reaching down deep, dog. In places that he didn't really want to acknowledge. Wow, said Tommy. I thought all I had to do was my homework, obey my authority figures, do the right thing, and avoid the pot. And I could be transformed into super duper peachy keen kid, and I could beat down anything. But it would seem that I had a hard time penetrating Steven Seagal's penis pump attack. Golly gosh. You know, a winner, when they get knocked down, they get right back up and they learn from their failures and they get right back out there and do it again. And golly gosh, you know, thought Tommy, I'd like to do that. Hey, Tommy, said the weed pusher man, maybe you ought to do grass instead. Yeah, Tommy decided that was a good idea. And the next thing you know, man, oh my God, we've got trouble. all across the land of make-believe. We need Super Duper Peachy Keen Kid. I'm afraid not. I'm super duper high, and it's Peachy Keen, kids. That's right, man. After one hit off the marijuana delivery device, Tommy, a.k.a. Super Duper Peachy Keen Kid, you know, wait a minute. So, where is it? Can that? Okay, it's here. I gotta find it. So hang tight while you look at this. Okay, we got another special thing, but I accidentally deleted it, so I'm gonna bring it back in. While I do that, man, I realize I'm losing people. I'm sorry, man. This could be better. You know, I'll admit it. But hang on. Okay, we want to do this. And we want to do this. And I apologize. I really should have my act a little bit more together. But I did actually delete all the slides. But I can bring them back in pretty quickly. Because I'm somewhat organized, on at least on this. I think I am. Season 8? Yeah, boom. All right, hang tight. We're almost there. We're almost there. I just got to find the cock is down. Spanky's no to catch you. There we go. Here it is. Okay. We got a special episode. Welcome to the Art of Floundering and Spanky's Puppets and Comics. Whoops. As we are proud to present Frosty is on the pot, man. Golly gosh, said Frosty the Snowman. Happy birthday, everybody. Well, happy birthday, Frosty. Yay, yay. And Frosty was a big hit with the kids. Golly gosh, gang, it's me, Frosty the Snowman. And being at the North Pole with you is super duper peachy keen, said Frosty. And golly gosh, check out Frosty, man. Dun 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 of the other dun 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 dun. This is pretty cool, man. So Frosty's like getting into it. The kids are into it. It's Christmas vibe, man. Right? But then, said Sam the Snowman, after Santa got on the pot, things changed, man. Golly gosh, said Billy the Elf. Being on the pot here at the North Pole is pretty cool. I like blasting grass with Santa. Golly gosh, Frosty, said Bernard. I'm a little worried. I would feel that maybe Santa Claus not going to come again this year because maybe things are rather awry at North Pole. I hear a lot of people on pot up there that don't seem like right things, said Bernard just then. Hey there, Bernard, said Frosty. What do I look like, a fucking social worker? Why don't you fucking handle it yourself, kid? I got my own fucking problems. Golly gosh, Mr. Frosty, don't you think that might be a little fucked up to say that to me? Holy fucking Jesus titty fuck Christ, said Frosty the Snowman. Ever since Santa started blasting grass and the entire North Pole turned into an orgy of fucking marijuana abuse, I've been having problems connecting with the kids, see? And I'm trying to reach the kids, said Frosty. I wonder how I can reach the kids, man. Ho, 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 said Santa. I have a little something there that'll help you connect with the kids. Frosty, said Santa just then. Golly gosh, Santa. I don't want to be a fucking deviant, degenerate marijuana junkie like you. I want to have a future, said Frosty. Oh, fucking relax, said fucking Santa Claus to Frosty the Snowman. And quit being such a fucking wuss. Why don't you jam this marijuana needle into your fucking snow ass and watch Fuck on the Marijuana Trip? Said Santa, the frostiest snowman. So just then, fuck yeah. Hang on, man. Let's do a little different music to this, all right? Because Frosty's going to share his testimony, man. Hang on. Santa Claus took out that marijuana needle, man, and quickly gave Frosty several fucking injections. Yeah, said Frosty. Fuck yeah. For the first time in my life, I feel comfortable. I feel like I'm okay. Maybe I can connect with those kids again. Thanks to this narcotic. Just then, man, where the fuck am I? Where's Frosty? Where are we? What is happening? What just happened? Hang on. And as Frosty was getting shot up with the marijuana needle, he went on that fucking marijuana trip, dude. He saw all kinds of things, man. He's like, wow, man, wow. It all makes sense now that I'm tripping on the pot. Yeah, man. Yeah. It connects. All the things now connect. I'm happy, said Frosty, because I'm on the pot. And I don't have to be fucking bothered by high maintenance, needy fucking kids anymore. As long as I have this marijuana to keep me warm. Well, golly gosh, said Sam the Snowman. Things started to really change around the North Pole. Well, they certainly did. Follow me, gang, said Frosty. Jeepers, Frosty, said all the kids on pot. It's fun to be with Frosty. It certainly is, gang. Because there's a new fucking kind of thing going down in the North Pole, man. Hang on. Where am I? Here I am. Hang on. Golly guys, ever since Frosty got on the pot, said Bernard, things have just gone down the tubes. I don't know what needs to happen, but something does. You know, said Rudolph, you're right, Bernard. Something needs to be done about Frosty. We can't have another marijuana junkie here at the North Pole. And if Santa's not going to do something about it, I'll do something about it. Hey there, Rudolph. Don't you worry there, Tiger. Don't you remember when we took down Billy the Elf? Well, we can do the same thing on the Catch a Weed Fiend with Frosty the Snowman. Yeah! To be fucking continued, dude. To be continued. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's not that late, but it is late. We appreciate this. This was a little something, not very good. But tomorrow and throughout the weekend and throughout the holidays, we will be catching up with our good friends that we introduced last night, man. Where are they? That's a good question. You know, that would be a really good... They're somewhere, dude. Okay. The federal department. The federal Department of Marijuana, Indoctrination, and Compliance Enforcement. MICE, baby. Talking about mice. You will get some more mice tomorrow. But for now, we want to say peace and love. We're going to end this stream. Something's going on Rumble. They must love me over there. Anyway, peace and love, everybody. Thank you so much. Sorry how we ended this, but getting a little tired. Good night, everybody.